missing someone with all your
Hey guys, Alayna here, and today I'm going to be ranking all of the Aerodynamics roller coasters at Cedar Point. Now, Aerodynamics is a roller coaster manufacturer that has now been defunct, but they built 5 roller coasters at Cedar Point, and I'm going to be ranking them from worst to best. So let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, we have Cedar Creek Mine Ride. This roller coaster is just plain awkward. That's the best way to describe it. It's an old aero mine train that was built in 1969. It's nothing special. Like I said before, I describe it as awkward. Its transitions are rough and janky, it has no airtime, it doesn't have any forces, and it's just kind of boring. I know this is meant to be for families and more of like a family coaster and more of a coaster for kids to start out and get into them. However, it doesn't really do anything for me, and I feel like the next coaster on this list does a lot better job of introducing kids to roller coasters. So that leads me to the number 4 spot, which is Iron Dragon, and this was my first ever roller coaster. This is an aero suspended coaster, and it may be a rare model, and people call this the weakest out of these models. However, it is so much fun. It's nothing thrilling, but it's still a great step up from Wilderness Run and Woodstock Express here. It has no airtime because it's a suspended coaster, obviously, but if you're sitting near the back, it does get some intense moments. If you're sitting near the front, it's more of a mild and relaxing ride, and that's what I love about it. It's more of a breath of fresh air compared to the other, like, below the track coaster in the park, Raptor, which is just plain intense. However, this is just still an amazing coaster. However, number 3 is a bit of an unpopular opinion, and that is Corkscrew, and this is definitely an unpopular opinion. Many people trash on this ride for being one of, if not the worst coaster in the park, or maybe even the worst coaster in the world. Now, me and my friends rode this at Coaster Mania, and we were pleasantly surprised. It wasn't good, but it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. Yes, that transition you just saw on the screen was pretty weird and unnecessary. However, the corkscrews and vertical loop were pretty forceful, and that airtime right after the first drop is pretty decent. But yeah, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. And then number 2, Gemini. Gemini is such a fun ride. This is where it really starts to step up. This is honestly pretty close to the number 1 spot, which is pretty obvious, but it's so much fun. It pulls some decent forces near the back, which I have to admit, it's awesome. But near the front, it's more of a tame ride, but I get that. It goes 60 miles an hour, and it loses some of that speed in the turnarounds, but after that, it's still an amazing coaster. You still get amazing airtime, amazing head choppers, and it's just so much fun to duel the other train and to trash talk. Who doesn't love trash talking opponents? Like, seriously, come on. It's just an overall fun roller coaster, and I couldn't imagine the park without it, which really makes me sad because so many people are saying, remove this thing. It's outdated, and I don't agree. I love this thing. However, number 1, surprise, surprise, is of course Magnum XL 200. This thing is amazing. The airtime is outstanding. The turnaround is janky, but in a fun way. It's a little rough near the front, but that doesn't really bother me. And that magic seat is just too insane for its own good. It should probably be banned in all countries. It's just that good. The tunnels, you really feel a sense of speed. I felt thrusted backwards. It was insane. Those final bunny hills are killer, and you really feel like you're climbing up and down a triangle at 72 miles an hour. This thing is just absolutely amazing. This is easily the best aerodynamics coaster at Cedar Point, and if Aero was still in business and working with Cedar Fair and Cedar Point in general, I feel like it would have been so cool to see how it could evolve. And who knows, maybe we'll get like an SNS 4D coaster, which was Aero's original concept here. I think that would be amazing. However, I really like this ride, and it just makes it the best Aero coaster here. Thank you so much for watching, and what are your guys' rankings? See you guys later. Bye!